Yeah, about the video that I made yesterday, where I talked about Larry Holmes and all the fighters that he ducked. I was, you know, the purpose of that, I don't want anyone to misunderstand. Um, I said it in the beginning that he was a great fighter, but that he didn't fight all the best heavyweights of his time, and that was my sole purpose. Really, wasn't to say that he wasn't really as good as people say. He most likely was, yeah. And the same thing is with Triple G Golovkin today. That's something that really pisses me off. People talk about I mean, we have seen, you can see a great fighter from the moment that he starts fighting against the better fighters and knocking them all out. That's a great fighter. And even though, he hasn't perhaps beaten everyone, he still is a great fighter. Uh, Unfortunately, there are people who just don't like a fighter, then they say, who is he beaten? That's tough. When you say he's a great fighter, they say, who has he beaten? It's like he's nobody because he didn't beat everybody, all the best fighters. That's really wrong. And yeah, that's all. That's pretty much what I want to say. I mean, greatness isn't just measured by in boxing, of course, isn't just measured by the number of the top fighters that you beat, but also the way that you beat them, those that you have fought. Because like you have people like Bernard Hopkins, he has a great record on paper, but how did he win most of his important fights? He didn't really win them so impressively, in my opinion. Anyway, he used a lot of dirty tactics, and he was quite boring. He just wore them out, and he was also yeah, he was a very good fighter, but he wasn't as great as people say. I mean, many people. And you saw what happened when a really great fighter came over and fought him. That was Joe Calzaghe, of course. He more or less took him to school. Even though even today many Americans won't admit that. But anyway, that's what happened in my eyes, and also in the eyes of many other experts, I believe. So that's what makes a fighter great. Not so much, as I said, the names, not just the names that he beat, but how he beat them. Right. We got fighters, world champions that got quite a lot of disputed decisions. They won on a very paper thin decision. And are you saying a guy that beat 10, 10 top fighters, but most of them by that kind of decision is better than a guy that beat 5 or 6 top fighters, but he knocked them all out. You know what I want to say. So guys like Triple G, he didn't, well, he has fought most of the best, I think. And remember that the middleweight division isn't really at its strongest now, and wasn't when he started, either fighting as a pro. So he beat most of the best guys out there. So, but again, back to Larry Holmes, he just, I don't like that kind of advertising that he did, like I fought everybody. That's not what happened really. He knows it. Yeah, that's so, you know, there were there were always guys, some of the best guys that always got, avoided by the greatest champions, the greatest names like Mike McCallum, uh, for instance. And people say, like some who don't know that much about him and you know boxing history will say, "Who is Mike McCallum?" So it's just, yeah, sad really. There are fighters that just got their share of the fame, they got more, their share of the pie, and they were broadcast much more, and featured much more on television, but it doesn't mean that they were necessarily the best guys, So that's, in a nutshell, what I wanted to say. So keep it real.